I am married and have 6 kids. I love being a mom. I love it. They're what keep me going. They're what make me fight to get better. So when I was pregnant with my 3rd baby, I woke up one morning and had just these weird blisters on my finger. And a few days later, it multiplied into 3. It got worse. It spread to both of my hands completely. My palms were covered even. It was like having hundreds of mosquito bites. And after the blisters would pop, they would like scab over and dry out, and very painful sores. But every time I get my hands wet, it would get way more severe. I would wear gloves that I would duct tape around my arms all the way up to my elbows to take a shower. Could not hardly stay awake. I was afraid to drive more than like 10 miles. I was so tired I couldn't even keep my eyes open. 5 years had gone by with these blisters and the weird symptoms and feeling sick all the time and tired. And I started getting to where I couldn't digest my food at all. It was so painful, just like a fireball in my stomach. And I went and had scratch testing done on my back. They found that I was allergic to yeast, tomatoes, and lamb. So I was devastated because yeast is in a lot more than people realize. My diet just went down, and I lost like 50 pounds in probably 6 months. I kept looking for answers, and one night, my husband, we were always watching Netflix and watching documentaries, trying to find, just hoping that we would see myself on some show, some freak, like medical mystery show or something. And my husband was like, "You've got to see this. It's this new documentary. It's on Lyme disease." And my grandma, within 2 weeks of watching this show, just randomly called me up. But she heard Dr. Peterson lived here in Utah and was fixing the unfixable. He was finding the mysteries of people's medical issues that hadn't been solved in years. I remember being in his office for the first time and I was so scared before I got there. I was so nervous that he was going to look at me and say, "I can't help you, I don't know what's wrong with you." And I had been to 12 doctors during these 8 years. But he just was amazing. He just sat there, believed that I had all these issues that I couldn't explain. The first time that somebody actually didn't look at me like a freak. There's a zillion little symptoms that I had that Dr. Peterson's like, "Oh yeah, that's Lyme, that's Lyme, that's Lyme," and all these other doctors just couldn't see it. It didn't make sense to any of them. I'm way happier now. I love it. I love feeling like I'm more part of things. It is so fun because I can sit out there for hours tying water balloons and I don't have any trouble with my hands at all. It sounds dumb, but it's such a huge thing for me because it was completely impossible before. Just bending my fingers and getting them wet would have just thrashed me for a week. But now my hands are smooth and soft, and I can do so many things with my kids that I have not been able to do in years. I never thought I would be this healthy again.
I am 53 years old.
Well, I'm Howard Ratcliffe. Saw Dr. Peterson first a year and a half ago after my wife joined his clinic there for hormone therapy.
I hit like 49, 50. I started gaining a lot of weight, starting to have a lot of joint pain, no energy to exercise, and just generally just feeling lousy.
Lack of energy and then just lack of motivation. It just seems kind of odd that when you get older that would have to necessarily happen. I guess now I know it really doesn't.
So I kept going to doctors and saying, I think I've got thyroid issues, and they'd do the basic blood work and say, well, you might be a little bit, but not enough to really warrant anything. And so I would just leave there sad and frustrated, and I started getting kind of depressed, thinking, well, I guess this is just how I'm going to have to accept how I'm going to feel for the rest of my life. And then I have a sister that recommended me to Dr. Peterson. And boy, what a difference. He took 2 hours with me and explained how things worked
So that's what I appreciate about him. It seems like he's gone back to the old family doctor sort of thing. Very fine-tuned individually for you.
And he did a huge panel of blood work, and not only did he find that my thyroid was way out of whack, but he found a lot of other issues that were contributing to the way I was feeling as well. So that in itself, I think psychologically, because I had been told that there was nothing wrong with me for so long, psychologically, that was a turning point for me. It saved our marriage. I mean, it really changed our relationship for the better.
Yeah, I think for 58, I'm doing pretty good now. Or certainly doing a lot better than I was.
I'm feeling great. I've lost weight. I'm continuing to lose weight. I don't feel as puffy. I have a lot more energy.